GM. Hey, Ben, Sarah. We have two Bens today. All right, let me just share some updates quickly, at least for the recording, see if more people join to ask questions or say stuff, give us comments or anything, or anyone here wants to do that. But we basically closed our Giveth round with almost $30,000 in donations. So pretty excited about that. Was like the round was super successful. A lot of community activations and stuff. And for people who donated more than $5, tomorrow they are gonna do a raffle for, I think it's 1 million give. That's gonna go. That's part of their Give Backs program that used to be. They used to give backs to everyone who donated, but now it's a raffle. So more exciting. You can make some more. The next thing I wanted to update on is that the climate round projects have been announced. Great work by Climate Coordination Network on selecting the participants, and we're super excited. The allocation dates are 11th of April until 25th of April. So hope to see you there. If you want to see the whole list and the announcement, check it out here. That's the one I'm talking about, Pedro. Epoch 7 starts, the allocation window starts on April 11th until April 25th. So we're just about a week away from it. GM Matt, how's it going? Of course, Pedro. Are you planning to apply, or you want to the next one, or want to allocate funds in this one? Have you checked out the projects yet? Also, check out the NFTs that we dropped. We have 2 out of 18 out. This is number 1. And number 2. You have, they're live for 1 week, so until Monday you can still mint the first one. There we have more than 250 mints already, so don't forget to do that. And yeah, that's about it. After this call, I'm going to the airport to fly to Bucharest. Gonna be talking about Octant V2 there, so pretty excited about that. So yeah, that's pretty much everything from the Octant side, but I want to open the floor if there's anyone. I see some people from the team here also, if they want to talk about anything, or Ben, Matt, Pedro, if you want to ask a question or comment anything, feel the floor is yours now.
Hey, Nico. Hey, everybody. I just have a quick question. The next Epoch, do you know when that's actually going to start getting rolling with the snapshot vote for the additional projects together?
Let me quickly check the exact dates. Or if anyone in the team has the answer, feel free to jump in. But
For the allocation window? Sorry, I missed that for a second.
No, you're asking about the applications for Epoch 8, right, Matt? Like for the next round.
Yeah, for the snapshot to get into the next round.
Let me check.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know that one.
I think it should be maybe starting in like 1 month or 6 weeks from now, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the dates at hand, but just looking at what happened last year, there you go, Sarah, around a month. So you still have time to get some people to lock some GLM and pitch your thing. What project are you applying with, Matt?
Nice. Yeah, we'd be applying with Greenfield Dev again.
Nice, awesome. Looking forward.
Cool. Yeah, appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, shout out to the Green Pill folks. Send them greetings, Matt.
Yeah, most definitely.
Cool. Anyone else has anything to share? Any personal updates or from your projects is also fine. GM DeFi Prince, how's it going? I see more people joined. Monica, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Jan Billy,
Yeah.
GM. QR coin, that fun. Interesting. That's cool. Thanks for sharing, Ben. We'll check it out.
Yeah, so that's the auction that I won 2 days ago, but it changes every day. And there was some hype when the project launched, like maybe a month ago. But obviously, everything's down right now. So, but the builder is great. He's had some cool projects, and he'll continue to operate it.
Nice. Thanks for sharing, Ben. Sounds super cool. I'll definitely take a look at this. Very cool.
GM Nico, how you doing today?
Hey, all good. How are you?
Just doing great, you know.
Nice, Ellie. Good to see you here. Do you have anything to share?
Nothing really. Just here to hear what you have to say, you know.
Cool. Yeah, we were just giving the update earlier. Just for the new joiners. We closed the Giveth round that we sponsored with ENS with 30K donations, and tomorrow they're gonna be, if you donated more than $5, you're gonna enter into a raffle for I believe it's 1 million Give tokens. That's the link to the space where they're gonna be doing the raffle if you wanna participate. Also, we've announced the projects for Epoch 7 that was created by the Climate Coordination Network. So very excited about that. It's starting in about a week, a bit more, 11th of April, the allocation window. So make sure to put a reminder in your calendars so you can allocate some funds to the amazing projects that are joining. And we also started the mint of our NFTs. What is coming tomorrow? You're asking about the Giveth. It's a space, like a X space, where they're gonna be raffling 1 million Give tokens to all people who participated in the Giveth round with more than $5 donations to, I think needs to be to one project. So yeah, check it out.
Do you mind if I just introduce myself real quick?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Hey everybody, Regen Avocado. I am representing
What's
Repack
up?
Chile in the upcoming Epic 7 climate coordination round. And so, yeah, I'm just curious. I mean, I've watched from afar the previous epics, and it's still a little. I don't really know what to expect from the round. We do have active projects in the Gitcoin round right now, and so it's interesting to have all the funding rounds stacked up on top of each other. But yeah, I'd be curious to know, like, things that I should be aware of or what I should do. A lot of the other projects are friends, so it's nice to kind of have some camaraderie. But yeah, any insights would be much appreciated.
Yeah, of course. Region Avocado. Yeah, basically, we're gonna be hosting a bunch of spaces as well on X, where you can go and pitch your project when the round is going, and yeah, try to get as much attention into it as possible. Of course, you need to make sure it's people that have locked GLM to participate. And yeah, another thing that I actually wanted to bounce with, so I'm glad that you joined with people like you, is, we have this Dragon's Den every Tuesday that is basically a sort of trivia about different topics, mostly Ethereum related or Octant related. And I was thinking of when the round starts to do a sort of special edition Dragon's Den where we invite you guys, the projects, to give like a 30-second kind of one-liner of your project and ask a question that is relevant to your project as one of the trivia questions. So I don't know, how does that sound? Would you be interested, or you think like the rest of the projects would be interested, or is that, you don't think that's necessarily useful, let's say?
Yeah, I think the trivia question could be fun. I think probably 50%, maybe more, of the projects are already very familiar with each other. There's a few that are maybe newer on the refi climate scene. So it would be interesting to see, like, I think there's two layers. One is the individual projects and their initiatives, and then the second layer is we're kind of all in this ecosystem, and how do we, like, it's an exciting round, and it was competitive. And so it's like, what do we do together? And I think that's the other big, like, unlock is this, public goods, everything is modular, can interop, and we're all already working on that in some ways. And maybe this round will unlock some new insights or, like, better ways that we can work together.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea. I love that. Maybe we can do actually like one of the town halls during the round to make it kind of specific for that, like try to get all the participating projects who are interested in here and, just spark conversations between each other and see what comes out of that. What do you think of that? Or you had something else in mind?
I think that's good. This is for a lot of projects. This will probably be the bigger of the funding rounds, and we want to make sure that we put these funds to, like, the best use possible. And so I think having how would I say, like, accountability or some, like, some place to bounce off these ideas also would be very, very helpful, because we have a little bit of some of these are like tech projects, some of these are like place-based region projects, and a little bit of everything. And so it's a different kind of, like, each project has a different profile. And
sorry, sir, you broke down a bit.
Source, like,
can you hear me?
Okay.
Sorry, man, you broke down a bit. So I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
Can you repeat that, please? Yeah, I think it's better now.
Yeah. Okay. So the issue here is that it's a climate focused round, but there is a wide spectrum of projects participating. So some of them could be like mobile apps, some of them could be place-based projects, and so there's a big spectrum. And getting feedback from the different projects about how we can best utilize this funding is going to be Briscola. So yeah, just I think this is a unique round because there's a lot of cohesion already between the projects, and there's a lot of potential for integration. And not to say that every project is going to be fully aligned and fully integrated with everyone else, but there is a lot of overlap, and so getting more feedback between the projects would be really helpful. And also, like, how do we best communicate our not necessarily a value proposition, because we're not really like selling anything, versus like, how do the GLM stakers make the best decisions on how to allocate, right? That's always, it comes down to that. And so really, as a community in this climate round, we want to make sure that everybody's able to get what they need for their initiatives. And that's kind of exciting, is to say, well, we don't want, like, it's not so much a competition as it is like, how do we make sure everybody just gets what they need to get to the next step.
Yeah, sense. No, that's cool. Yeah, I think I'm understanding more what you mean. Kind of like let's say collective sense making of or not sense making, but kind of like coordination around what how to allocate those funds more efficiently, and how to create synergies and collaboration between projects, just like have those conversations started. Absolutely. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I maybe will DM you later in a couple of days, maybe to bounce with you some ideas that we can do. I think like the town halls might be, as I said, like a good place to do that. Because that's also where the community joins, as you can see, and we can just bounce it with them as well, see what comments come from there. But like, if you have other ideas of other different setups for it, then we can talk about that there.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I should mention that I help with community for Karma.
Oh, nice, sick.
From our main product is Karma Gap. So yeah, it's helping the community out a lot, just because we get to showcase all the hard work that everybody's doing. Because I know a lot of this stuff just kind of like slips through the cracks or goes unseen. And it's exciting to have this Epic utilize Karma Gap, so that we're going to get that transparency and that kind of verifiability in there. And with this Gitcoin round happening, I feel like it's a shift where a lot of this stuff is coming on, a lot of the proof of work, or whatever you want to call it. People are starting to do better reporting, and I think that's going to play a big role in this upcoming Epic.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think we definitely need that in the space. So excited for it. Nice, man. Thanks for sharing, and thanks for proposing this. We'll definitely give it a spin and coordinate with you to figure out what to do. GM, everyone. See
Jim,
some
Nico,
more people.
Can I pipe in here for a sec? Do you mind?
Yeah, of course, Donnie. How's it going? Yeah.
It's really well, Jim. I'm actually really excited about this climate round, as you might imagine. But for another reason, because there is a project that I've been working with for a number of years now and trying to get them on chain. And they've been an absolutely epically awesome project. Gili EcoTrust is the name of it. And their project, I guess, in this is Blue Ocean Reef, or I can't remember what we wound up calling it, or what they've been calling it. They shortened it, tried to make it cooler sounding for a voting round. But they're really, they haven't been on chain. Like, I've been trying to get them on chain. They don't have any idea what's going on. They don't really understand how to promote anything, get some votes, find those, GLM holders to speak to try to, get involved with. I told them that I would try to help as much as I can, inside the kind of refi community. But a little bit of, like Region Avocado was talking about, anything that we can do that they could maybe join, or I could speak about to the community and get people to know who they are, because they're one of the few that is not Web3 native and just getting started with it. And I want their first experience to be a great one. It's been a long time coming, and they certainly deserve it. They're absolutely epic what they do.
Yeah, man, this is good that you mentioned this. I think a starting point is gonna be the spaces, because we can like draw people to that, and we can coordinate on making more noise for like to make people aware that there's Web2 projects being onboarded, and like that can be a catalyst to even more Web2 projects joining and start adopting Web3 tech in general. So that's cool. I think, yeah, like the spaces is the first thing that comes to mind, but also like I think these town halls maybe at least for the or some sort of setup for the Octant community specifically can be quite cool to organize, but also open to hear your ideas if you have like anything that comes to mind that could help bring awareness to that fact. Happy to hear from you as well.
Because I've been kind of racking my brain about how to do this, because it is the Octant community that we have to care about. They have really great social media presence on Instagram, Facebook, but that's not where the Octant community hangs out, and they've not really been on Twitter so much ever, and they just started trying to repost a few things once they found out that they were accepted into the round. So it is tricky. Like, I mean, I know that you guys can only do so much. There's only so many people that can come around. Like, where are the best places to find the GLM holders, really? I mean, outside of Discord and, joining your spaces, like where did we reach out to those people specifically, and not just, I mean, of course, blasting it out everywhere is great. Like I told them, like, this is something that we want to do anyway. We're trying to grow this whole movement. I'm big in like grow the refi regen movement any and every way. Get Octant, get people to understand what it is everywhere. Let people know that you're getting funded by a Web3 thing. This is super cool, but in order for you to get the funding, you're going to have to speak specifically to GLM holders that have it locked. And that's a little trickier. And since I've never been in, I've been a donor, obviously, in Octant quite a lot, but I've never participated or had any projects, that really participating outside of that. I read everything, and then I vote my conscience, I guess you could say. But it's like, where do you find them? Where have people traditionally found them? Is it Warpcast? I mean, I can get on Warpcast with them. I can get that kind of rolling. Where people had luck in the past, I guess.
Yeah, I think this Discord is probably like a great place, and I think there's more activity on Farcaster indeed now. I don't have the numbers on how many GLM blockers are in there, but I think, yeah, especially when it's like a low-hanging fruit, like just kind of modifying the post just a little bit to fit like each platform already does a lot. And this is what I always recommend to projects, like be a reply guy. Like this is maybe something you can tell to the Web2 folks, like to join spaces, like Lumina was mentioning, like the Let's Grow space, or just being finding Web3 projects that are related and being in comments. That always brings awareness, stuff like that. Wayne, I see you unmuted and wanted to say something.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I think that because this round is going to be very different. I think people who have GLM locked are definitely going to come into the Discord, and I think many of them are not necessarily going to come and type in the general channel there or be active. They're just going to come in and have a look. And I think they will attend some of the spaces to listen or listen to the recordings. And I think that every opportunity that you can tell them that they can be present on something that we do, they should do that, because I think that these people are going to come in the background, or because I think a lot of them do operate in the background. I don't think that everyone is front and center. They're going to come and listen to these recordings after, or they're going to pop into the Discord and see what's cutting and see what the projects have posted. And then there's also the governance forum. And in the past, these projects would put up information over there. So I'm not sure if that is going to be, maybe Durgis can give information on that. But in the past, projects that were in the round would put a post in the governance forum as well. So, my opinion is you got to tell them that they got to be active like that. They got to be on the spaces when they can. Invites have been sent out. And if you want to be included in that, if you can DM, you can send me your email address, and then I will add you to the invite link for that space of theirs. I think that's basically going to be. Durga just put the chat, what's the name, the governance forum where people basically are posting. And this is unfortunately going to be the really only way that I think that you can reach out to them, so to say, right? And as Nico said on Forecaster, I think like in the Regen channel and basically in the Octant channel is basically where people are going to be that are supporting projects. But because it is a very different round, and like in the past, GLM lockers, basically, it's almost as if everybody's, after a period of time, seems to have their favorites, and they come out and support those projects. But because this round is very different, and I think all of these projects are kind of new to everybody, everybody's going to be looking for information as to who to support and where to support and why to support. And the things that are going to be the most prominent is going to be the spaces that we put out, probably this governance forum, and then any kind of interaction in the Discord, because if people come into the Discord, we eventually get to know them, right? I mean, that's why we know Ellie. That's why we know, Lumina Vision and these people. That's why we know everybody, is because they come and hang around, and eventually they pop up, and eventually we talk, and then slowly but surely we get to know them. So, they are going to have to do that kind of like thing, as far as I'm concerned. That's what the best thing they can do, really. Sorry, I maybe rambled a bit, but I think that's what it's going to take.
Okay, I mean, that's great. A third party, let's say, like myself, if I were to do that for them, is it probably less effective than if they were to do it for themselves, in your opinion?
I wouldn't think so. Actually, that's pretty powerful. I think if there's someone outside of themselves vouching for them and kind of promoting them around, I think that's in general quite valuable and high signal.
And I mean, I couldn't agree with you more, Wayne. I mean, that's the way I've done it in the past. Is I've often been just a lurker in the back of everything, and I don't stand up and say a whole lot unless I have something to say, really. And then I do my thing and go about my business for the most part. But so it's like,
I saw a project the other day that didn't get accepted to a certain funding round, and they were like, kind of like, why didn't we get accepted? And when I went and did some research on the project, I saw the project's actually a solid project, right? But because they don't interact with the community in any way, nobody knows who they are. But if they had spent time getting to know people, and I know it sounds stupid, right? Because we're saying like, oh, reply to some comments, attend the space here, come in the town hall over here where we are now, or join the join the block, the Dragon's Den on a Tuesday and come have some fun. Yeah, everybody's kind of having fun, but you get to see these people, and slowly but surely you get to know them, and it legitimizes them. So that project's basically, even though they're a super legitimate project, never got accepted because basically nobody knows who they are. So these guys, they will have to come and they would have to at least, but at least we do. I mean, a lot of us, I think, even know who you are. So, I mean, I don't really know. This is the first time I've heard you talk, but I do actually know who you are, like, because I've seen you around, right? So it's the same thing. So that's the thing, right? Yeah.
No, I mean, I can definitely get them on a Let's Grow Live space. That's not a problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. If they can join you, I think it's great, man. Honestly. People like to know who the people are, right? It's kind of like, trust is becoming more and more important than ever before, as far as I'm concerned. So.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks a lot for that. I will pass that information along, and then we can work on setting up the programs. And I'll certainly share my email with you if you don't mind, like putting me in with everything. That would be awesome.
Yeah, man. And Durgadas, thanks for sharing. We also have the Shilling channel on Discord called Project Shield Zone. Definitely post there as well, because GLM holders are definitely going to be in the Discord, and when it's about donating, they're probably going to look here for information. So the more information they can find about the projects in the Discord, then that's probably beneficial too.
Yeah, exactly. I do that. Like, I go to the forum, I go to the Discord, I read all the things. I mean, I can kind of base it a little bit on the way I've acted in the past, but I also know that I'm not maybe your typical person in a lot of ways. So I don't do things like a lot of people do. So, I didn't have to know anybody. If I haven't seen them around, it didn't make any difference. If I felt like it was the right thing and it was really a good project and something new that I discovered, that's fine with me. I don't care. But maybe it is more important for a lot of people, that they see the face of, that trust factor, that get to know you a little bit factor. So that's really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Nice. Good chat, folks. Anyone else want to jump in and ask a question or discuss anything or share updates? Feel free to write it in the chat as well. Yes.
Yeah, Ben's right. Forecaster is a good place. There's a lot of people there that will look, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it, Nico. Off to the airport for you, pal.
Yes, sir. I think it's time to wrap it up so I can make it in time.
Yeah, there's just crickets in here, dude.
Yes. Cool.
All right, man.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming. This was great. Thank you for sparking those discussions and conversations. I think it's going to be very helpful for the projects as well, and for us to figure out how to help you all best. And yeah, thank you. Cass, sorry that you missed it, but if you scroll up, you will see some of the links that I posted, the main update basically. And oh yeah, now we'll have recordings. That's gonna post it later if you wanna hear it afterwards. But yeah, thank you all, and see you on Tuesday the latest for Dragon's Den. Bye, folks.